Hey, it's Michelle coming to you with some kitchen inspiration. I'm making a dish that is very popular in the Spanish culture in Spain, and there they call it espinacas y garbanzos, which is spinach and chickpeas, and it's a main dish there, so that's how we're eating it today. Normally we do meatless Monday, we're doing meatless Sunday today. So I am using my stainless non-stick wok. Love this tool. Look, it's really deep. It's like 5 or 6 inches deep. It's 12 inches across. It's got the non-stick grid in here. And this is normally, I think, $240, and it's on sale for $99 right now. So this is an awesome tool. Pick it up for yourself. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is put some olive oil in my wok. And I just realized that I did open my olive oil. Put some olive oil in there. And heat that up a little. That's probably not enough olive oil. Probably need to put a little bit more in. And then I've got a whole bunch of fresh spinach, like a whole bunch. Because I don't know about you guys, if you ever cook with fresh spinach though, it disappears when you cook. It turns into nothing. So I have like 4 packages of fresh spinach. So I'm going to start dumping them in here. Probably going to do about 2 at a time. I have too high of the burner on. Too big of a burner on. So we're gonna, it's mainly just gonna kind of wilt the spinach first. I gotta stir my mushrooms. This is my side dish. And I just realized it kind of needs a stir for the mushrooms to pick up the flavoring. Okay, so that's working. Okay, while that's working, I want to show you what the other ingredients are. So I have a couple pieces of sourdough bread that I cut into cubes. I'm going to use Marcona almonds. If you don't have Marcona almonds, I actually got these at Aldi today. They're supposed to be raw, but these are lightly roasted, it said. And they're also lightly salted. You're supposed to have raw almonds, but whatever. If you don't have Marcona almonds, just use your regular almonds, okay? Tomato sauce. Chickpeas. Chickpeas are, or garbanzos, you know. They are your protein source. Your almonds and your chickpeas are your protein source in this recipe. I gotta cooking fast. I'm gonna have to. Oh, you know why? I turned it on high. Didn't mean to have it on high. Let's give this a little stir. I probably put too much in here, but you know it disappears so quickly. So wilted means not completely cooked. You know, some of it's cooked, some of it's not. It's just starting to get soft and starting to get smaller. That's the basics of wilted, okay? Sometimes when I wilt spinach, I actually don't even cook it. What I do is I pour hot sauce over it, and that will wilt it. But in this recipe, you're supposed to cook it a little to wilt it. I'm kind of spazzing out today, sorry. All right, these are 2 of my classic scrapers from years ago, Pampered Chef ones. They came in different colors for different reasons, but now they have these same scrapers, but in white. And they last forever, so that's why I have so many different colors in my kitchen, because I've had them for 20 years. Every time they change colors, and I keep them because I love our spatulas. I cannot do without them. All right, so we're getting here close here. All right, so while that's working, I'm going to start opening my chickpeas with my smooth edge can opener. You know, if it holds the can, it's working, right? All right. Just gonna open that, turn it 2 more times after it clicks, turn it the other way, it'll open, and then grab the edge. And we are gonna drain these chickpeas to use them. And I'm putting an extra can of chickpeas in because I got hungry people at my house. Okay, so I'm actually gonna use our large, sorry, this is not holding up tightly today. I'm gonna use our large stainless colander. You know, these come in a set of 3. I love these colanders. They've been in my kitchen for probably 15 or 20 years at this point, and they still look like they're brand new. And this is the largest one of the set. So I'm going to transfer my spinach to it. Transfer it the smart way, like this. I'm just going to move it out of the way because I got to do another set of spinach, right? Excuse me. Sorry, that's what I get for eating an almond on camera. Okay. More olive oil and more spinach. So this is a high protein a high protein meatless meal because you have 3 protein sources. You have spinach, which is a vegetable protein source. You have almonds, you know, they're a protein source. And you have chickpeas, which are high in protein. So this is, they're a legume. So they're actually they're in the bean family, but they're a legume. So they're they're actually in the same family as peanuts. So we have 3 protein sources in here. So we are not going to be protein deficient, even though this is a meatless meal. All right. As soon as we get this done, we're going to saute in the same pan the bread and the almonds and get them a little bit brown. Now our almonds were already roasted, so they're not going to need very much time in the pan. Not like they normally would, okay? Normally, if you don't have roasted almonds when you make this recipe, cook them a little bit more than you're going to see me cook mine, okay? I'm also going to leave the salt out of the recipe because my almonds are already salted. You see how fast the spinach starts wilting? And if I continued to cook this, it would look like I had no spinach in the pan, and that was 2.5 containers. All right, I'm going to relocate that. It'll keep wilting in the colander just because the heat makes it wilt. All right, we're going to put some more olive oil in here. I believe that's what we want to do. Yep. And I'm going to put in my sourdough bread that I cubed up. So we want that to start browning. Yep. And so I'm going to toss all this in the olive oil because that's going to help it get brown. Okay. All right, I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes before I add the almonds, just because I think the almonds are going to cook very quickly. And I've got a couple other cans of chickpeas. These ones have pull lids. Sometimes if I have to scrape the can, even if it has a pull lid, I will not use the pull lid if I have to scrape the can, because you know that these edges right here will chew up your spatulas. So I don't have to scrape these cans because they're not that kind of food. So that's why I will use the pull lid. But sometimes you'll see me use my can opener around the pull lid so that it doesn't eat my spatulas, because I like to keep my spatulas forever. Okay, so now I want to open my tomato sauce. And I need to go back and give that a quick stir. So this one is a scrape can, right? Oops. So I want to make sure it's not going to chew up my spatula. Whoops. All right. Let's get back over here and look at this. Yeah, it's toasting. We want this bread kind of crispy because we're going to do an interesting thing with it in a minute. And I think you're going to be surprised what happens with this recipe in a few moments here, because a bunch of it is going to get loaded into the blender. Okay, so I need a couple of ingredients. I need garlic, cumin, cayenne, and black pepper, and I also need some smoked Spanish paprika. And I forgot to get those things out. Oh, where's my smoked paprika? That isn't good. All right, I have to do some investigation because my smoked paprika has disappeared. All right, so we want to toast this. And I also need to press some garlic. All right, so we're going to use 6 cloves of garlic. You know me, I always use fresh garlic. Fresh garlic is the way to go. And in Europe, they use fresh garlic also. So they wouldn't be using the jarred variety or the powdered variety. So make it authentic. Tastes better too. Here, I'm just gonna cut the top off of this. How many cloves do I have there? About 4. All right. I just like to cut the end off. You don't have to peel your garlic with our garlic press, but I do like to cut the ends off just because it makes it a little bit easier to press. All right, I'm gonna pull my Barbie hairbrush out, start dropping some of my garlic in here, and I'm gonna press it right onto this board to get it prepped. Just use the Barbie hairbrush to peel it off there. And there's your peel, so I'm gonna get that out of the way. Wow, this is a giant piece of garlic. This piece was giant, so it's got some extra friends over here, which we're gonna pull out and use. No point in wasting it. Now, if you're using your garlic press, do not aim at your friends, okay? Because they will get hit in the eyes with garlic. I've seen that happen more than once. I'm using to everybody except for the person whose eyes there are. So try not to do that. Always make sure you aim wherever you want it to land, because it is gonna shoot, especially if you squeeze it really hard. Same thing happens with the citrus press. Make sure you don't aim it at yourself or at anybody else. Okay, we got a nice pile of garlic here. All right, I'm gonna distract it and start burning my stuff. All right, that's ready. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take my blender, my deluxe cooking blender, and I'm gonna drop my garlic in. And I have to add a few other ingredients. And I'm gonna transfer, I think I need to put some liquid in here first. Let's see, maybe not, maybe it doesn't get liquid. Almonds, no, I guess not. Oh, I think it gets a little bit of olive oil. So I gotta read my directions a little. It says add the garlic, the cumin, the cayenne, and the black pepper. And, okay, so I put the garlic in. Let's put the cumin in, ground cumin. I'm doubling this recipe, so I'm putting in 2 teaspoons. Oh, and I need to put in a couple tablespoons of, it says sherry vinegar, but I don't have that. So it says you can substitute red vinegar. So I'm using red vinegar, and it says 2 teaspoons. Whoops. And I'm gonna do that twice since doubling. 2 teaspoons of red vinegar. Just try to put your liquid in the top by your blades before you add all your dry ingredients. It just makes it work better. And I'm not gonna add the salt because our almonds are salted. So I moved this over to the side because this pan is huge, but I'm putting my bread pieces and my almonds into my blender. Okay, so this is one of the things that makes it taste good. Okay, now I've got all this in my blender, and I need to plug my blender in, pull it over, and I'm going to make a paste. We got way too much stuff on the counter here. I'll put my blender thing on there, just my lid. It's over here. Pull this down for a minute so you guys can see this. And I'm gonna actually just use the pulse function. It's actually funny because it's steaming inside the blender since the ingredients that went in were hot. And I'm gonna use the tamper and push my stuff down so it makes sure it grates up everything for us. That was 15 seconds. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted this to look like. Okay, so that part is done. Oh, it smells delicious. All right, we're going back to the wok. And what we're gonna do now is take the, I'm gonna put it back on first of all because it's not on. And I'm gonna add my tomato sauce. It's still hot, obviously, because I cooked a whole bunch of stuff in it already. And I'm gonna add my cans of chickpeas. And it says on the recipe that if it's too thick, you can add a little bit of water to thin it out. I don't think it's too thick. I think it's fine. And there is going to be some liquid that comes off of your of my spinach when I get there. Sorry, I was ignoring my mushrooms, so I need to give them a toss. Okay, so I'm just wanted to heat this up slightly. And now I'm going to add the spinach back in. And toss that so it gets hot again because my spinach cooled off in the colander. So I want it to get hot again. Oh, I can't wait to eat this. It smells delicious. And then I'm going to, oh, I need to get my, maybe it's out already? I don't know. My long skinny scraper out, which goes with your blender. If you get one of our blenders, make sure you get this long skinny scraper. Hey, this blender is also on sale this month, 60% off if you host your own party. Now you can get the stir fry skillet, $99, just buy it outright. Or if you decide to host your own party, which you can do right here on Facebook or on text, you can get it for $39, which is an amazing deal. It's $200 off the normal price. So that is fabulous. If you're looking to get our stir fry skillet, that's the way to do it. It doesn't cost anything to have a Facebook party. It's super easy. It takes you less than 5 minutes a day. I do all the work. So it's easy and fun. All right. See, this scraper was made to go with this blender. It goes right down in there next to the blades. See how it gets around in there? So it's made to do that. And one of the best things about the blender is that it actually cleans itself. It has a self-cleaning function, which it boils the water. You put 3 cups of water in and 1 squirt of dish soap, and it will boil the water for you and sanitize it while it's cleaning it. So it's an amazing thing. I love that. It's like the only thing in my house that cleans itself besides the cat, right? So I don't have to do the work. All I gotta do is add a little bit of water and rinse it out. Okay, that's basically it. That's my whole recipe. The only thing I need to do is find my smoked paprika and put a little bit on top. And that's the whole recipe. It looks yummy and it smells fabulous. So we're gonna sit down and eat some dinner right now with our mushrooms as a side dish. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great evening.